Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com, and these are the market positions for October the 20th, 2010. Now our first position for tonight, we've got some volatility in the equities, commodities, and currency markets. So yesterday we were trading, or today for example, depending when you're looking at this, we moved off into the equity markets and and the coffee futures, both the trades on the NVDA and the coffee contracts did quite well today, and you can notice that I'm staying away from some of the commodities and some of the currencies this week because of the volatility in things that are happening in China. Secretary Geithner making comments about a strong dollar, so it's a good time to kind of stay on the sideline there. Now what I am looking at though is the 30-year Treasury bonds, the December futures contracts. What we can see is we have the triple EMA cross from Vantage Point is attempting to make this cross, so we've got the possibility of a fresh move to the downside. Now we've got the crossover on the predicted MACD to the downside. We've got the crossover on the predicted true strength indicator from Vantage Point also. So what we want to do now here is go in and have a look at the individual crossovers to see if this trade has any potential to move lower. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the short-term crossover from Vantage Point. We can see that it's running flat. Now from there we're going to go into our medium-term crossover, which is another very powerful indicator. The medium term has crossed to the downside, and our long-term crossover, we can see that it's also crossing to the downside. So we have our three major crossovers. Our triple EMA is not complete, but it's very close, and it's close enough that I think we've got a decent opportunity for a short position here. So now that we've checked on all of our major crossovers, let's go into the daily report from Vantage Point and see what they have tomorrow for predicted high and predicted low. Our key levels of support of resistance right now, 132.29 is a major top. So let's go in here now and see what we've got for the predicted high and low. Neural index is up for the second day in a row. That's a bit of a conflicting indicator. We've got 133.05, 131.16. So 133.05 is the area we want to look at tomorrow for potentially setting those short positions. So with 133.05, we've closed the day at 132.14. So we're going to use the predicted high tomorrow to get into that short position. Our stops in this particular case, in my opinion, should be right over top of this area. I'm going to draw a line here so everybody can see it. If we're trading this, I think it's safe to have the stops in and about the 135 area. Again, because of the volatility in the marketplace, we want to make sure we don't get caught and on a corrective move higher only for it to turn around and move lower a few hours or even a few days later. Now our second position, we're going to be looking again at January lumber contracts. I can see that this is beginning to move its way back down. We've got a bit of a retracement here, but our predicted MACD, predicted true strength indicator, both have still crossed to the upside. They haven't crossed back over the trigger. Now again, very important here to go in and have a look at the actual crossover points. Now in this particular case, the short-term crossover here is to the downside. Does that mean we want to short lumber contracts? Absolutely not. We do not trade off of that indicator when our triple EMA cross and our medium-term and long-term crossovers are both very clearly saying that this thing is likely to head higher. So we're looking at our medium-term cross. We're still crossed to the upside. Long-term crossover, same thing. So what we're going to do is Vantage Point is telling us that it's going to move lower. When it does, what we want to do is use that opportunity for the move lower to get into a long position. Now our key levels here are 256.70, 262.50, and 264.60 with a close of 262.50. So 256 is the 18-day predicted moving average from Vantage Point. A retracement close to that area, in my opinion, is another good opportunity for longs. So let's have a look and see what the daily report here is saying. Now we're going to bring this up. So we've got 258.20, 265.70. Neural index is down. So again, the short-term crossovers to the downside, the neural index is to the downside, but the medium, the long-term, the triple EMA cross, the predicted MACD, and the predicted true strength indicator are all pointing higher. So we're going to use this temporary move lower on this retracement to get back into a long position on this, much like we did last week. So 258.20, that's the area we're going to be looking for tomorrow morning. And again, we want to get into a buy position. So those are the market positions for October the 20th, 2010. And again, my name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com.